Welcome back to the BMB Spoilers channel. Today we will dive deep into the swirling storm of drama that is The Bold and the Beautiful, where whispers of tragedy loom large with the potential demise of not just one, but three beloved, or controversial, characters. Buckle up, soap fans, as we unpack the tantalizing hints dropped by recent episodes, explore the tangled web of relationships, and speculate on the jaw-dropping twists that could redefine the landscape of Los Angeles's most glamorous families. From heartbreaking medical diagnoses to sinister intentions and unexpected returns, the stage is set for a summer of heartbreak, betrayal, and possibly murder. Let's explore every angle of this explosive storyline, including the emotional stakes, character motivations, and the sheer chaos that might unfold in the coming weeks. First, let's address the devastating news surrounding Liam Spencer, a character who has been at the heart of countless love triangles and family feuds. The revelation of his inoperable brain tumor has sent shockwaves through the fanbase, painting a somber picture of a man facing an untimely end. Liam, known for his wavering heart between Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester, now confronts a battle he cannot charm his way out of. Sources close to the show suggest that his condition will take a rapid turn for the worse, leaving little time for reconciliations or farewells. But here's where the plot thickens: while the tumor is a death sentence, could there be a darker force at play? Soap operas thrive on the unexpected, and there's a growing theory among viewers that Liam's passing might not be due to natural causes alone. Imagine a scenario where someone close to him, driven by jealousy or desperation, hastens his demise under the guise of mercy. The emotional fallout would be catastrophic, tearing apart the Logan and Spencer families as they grapple with guilt, suspicion, and grief. Next, the spotlight turns to Luna Nozawa, whose recent actions have raised eyebrows and set tongues wagging across the BMB universe. Luna, a character already steeped in controversy due to her tumultuous relationships and questionable decisions, has been spotted with a firearm, and not just any target, but photographs of Steffy Forrester, riddled with bullet holes. This chilling imagery suggests a vendetta that runs deeper than mere rivalry. Could Luna's obsession with destroying Steffy stem from a hidden trauma or a betrayal we've yet to uncover? Insiders hint that Luna's mental state has been deteriorating, fueled by rejection and a sense of isolation in a city that seems to have turned its back on her. Her fixation on Steffy might culminate in a confrontation that spins tragically out of control. With actress Lisa Yamada reportedly stepping away for a new role in Amazon Prime's Elle, the writing could be on the wall for Luna's exit. But will it be a quiet departure or a fiery, fatal clash? Fans are buzzing with theories that Luna's arc might end in a blaze of chaos, leaving a lasting scar on the Forrester family. Adding fuel to this already raging inferno is the precarious situation surrounding Steffy Forrester herself. As the object of Luna's apparent wrath, Steffy's safety hangs in the balance, especially with her portrayer taking a maternity leave. This real-life development opens up a Pandora's box of possibilities for her character's temporary, or permanent, exit from the canvas. Could the showrunners use this as an opportunity to write Steffy into a dramatic disappearance that keeps viewers guessing? Picture this: a heated altercation between Luna and Steffy at a remote cliffside location, where an accidental push or a desperate struggle leads to Steffy's presumed death. The aftermath would unleash a torrent of blame and revenge plots, with Finn and the Forrester clan vowing to uncover the truth. Alternatively, Steffy might survive but be forced into hiding due to Luna's threats, setting the stage for a triumphant return months later. Either way, her absence would create a void in the daily dynamics of The Bold and the Beautiful, shaking up power structures and romantic entanglements. But the body count might not stop at 2, as speculation mounts about a third potential casualty, Poppy Nozawa, Luna's own mother. Poppy, often a peripheral figure in the grand tapestry of BMB drama, could find herself thrust into the spotlight as she uncovers her daughter's dangerous intentions. Haunted by guilt over Luna's troubled upbringing and unstable behavior, Poppy might attempt to intervene, hoping to save both her daughter and Steffy from a tragic fate. However, soaps are rarely kind to those who play the hero without a plan. A heartbreaking scenario could see Poppy stepping into the line of fire, literally or metaphorically, only to become a victim of her daughter's unraveling psyche. Sheila Carter, ever the meddler, has reportedly warned Poppy about Luna's volatility, adding layers of tension to this mother-daughter showdown. If Poppy were to fall while trying to protect others, it would serve as a poetic, albeit devastating, act of redemption for a character who has often been criticized for her passivity. Complicating matters further is the sheer size of the current cast, which has ballooned with the occasional appearances of characters like Daphne Rose, Will Spencer, Ivy Forrester, Electra Forrester, and Poppy herself. Not to mention the anticipated return of Nick Marone, a blast from the past who could either stabilize or further destabilize the already chaotic narrative. With so many players on the board, the showrunners face a logistical nightmare of balancing meaningful storylines for everyone. This overcrowding fuels the theory that a dramatic whodunit is on the horizon, a classic soap opera staple that could thin the herd while ramping up suspense. Imagine a sultry summer night where a grand Forrester gala turns deadly, with multiple characters having motives to eliminate Liam, Luna, or even Poppy. The ensuing investigation would draw in every family, exposing buried secrets, illicit affairs, and long-held grudges. Such an event would not only streamline the cast but also keep viewers glued to their screens as they try to piece together the puzzle. So, where does this leave us, B&B enthusiasts? The potential loss of Liam Spencer to a cruel illness, Luna Nozawa to her own destructive impulses, and Poppy Nozawa to a tragic act of sacrifice paints a grim picture for the months ahead. Yet, in true soap fashion, death is rarely the end, it's often the beginning of new mysteries, alliances, and vendettas. Will Liam's passing ignite a war between the Spencers and an unknown enemy? Will Luna's actions forever alter the Forrester family's legacy? And will Poppy's fate serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of ignoring warning signs? Next, we will learn about the seismic confessions set to rock the world of the bold and the beautiful, where 4 major revelations threaten to unravel relationships, ignite conflicts, and alter the course of countless lives in Los Angeles's most dramatic circle. Get ready, soap fans, as we delve into the emotional whirlwinds and shocking admissions that are about to burst forth from some of our favorite, and most conflicted, characters. From simmering grudges to heartbreaking health updates and parental regrets, the upcoming episodes promise a deluge of raw honesty that could either heal old wounds or create entirely new ones. Let's break down each confession with fresh perspectives, inventive twists, and intricate details about the potential fallout, painting a vivid picture of the chaos and catharsis on the horizon. First up, we have Luna Nozawa, whose simmering resentment towards Steffy Forrester is about to come to light in an unexpected conversation with Remy Price at a local shooting range. As the two reconnect over target practice, Remy offers Luna pointers on precision, unaware of the dark intentions brewing in her mind. While Luna keeps the full extent of her deadly vendetta against Steffy under wraps, she can't help but vent about the deep-seated animosity she harbors for her stepmother. She paints a picture of Steffy as a controlling figure who cruelly severs the bond between Finn and his daughter, casting herself as the wronged party in a family torn apart by misunderstandings. Adding a new layer to this confession, imagine Luna revealing a childhood memory of feeling overshadowed by Steffy's presence in the family, a wound that has festered into obsession over the years. Remy, stunned by the bombshell that Luna's adoptive cousin is actually her biological father, might sympathize with her pain, inadvertently fueling her justification for revenge. This moment could plant the seeds for Remy to become an unlikely ally, or a dangerous enabler, in Luna's unraveling schemes, setting the stage for a confrontation that no one in the Forrester clan sees coming. Next, the spotlight shifts to Liam Spencer, whose battle with a devastating brain tumor diagnosis is pushing him toward a moment of vulnerability with his loved ones, particularly under pressure from Hope Logan. Liam has been wrestling with the burden of this secret, his heart heavy with the knowledge that his days may be numbered. Hope, ever the pillar of support, urges him to share the heartbreaking news with his family, believing that transparency might bring them closer in his final moments. But as Liam grapples with the timing of this confession, a new complication emerges. He now resides on the same property as Steffy, putting him in the potential crosshairs of her escalating conflict with Luna. Picture a tense scene where Liam, in a heroic bid to protect Steffy during a volatile showdown, sustains a critical injury that accelerates his deteriorating health. This unforeseen twist could derail his plans to open up about the tumor, leaving his family blindsided by his condition while adding a layer of guilt to Steffy's already fraught emotions. The ripple effects of this delayed confession might fracture the Spencer and Logan families as they struggle to process their loss and the missed opportunities for closure. Moving on, we turn to Bill Spencer, whose conscience is weighing heavily as he prepares to bare his soul to Lee Finnegan in a moment of rare introspection. Bill, known for his ruthless business tactics and complicated romantic history, finds himself haunted by decisions surrounding Luna's release from prison and the manipulation that followed. In a quiet, emotionally charged exchange at the hospital, Bill might confess to Lee that he feels responsible for enabling Luna's erratic behavior by initially advocating for her freedom. Adding a fresh angle, imagine Bill revealing a recent encounter where Luna reached out to him for help, only for him to turn her away out of frustration, a decision he now fears may have pushed her further down a dangerous path. This admission could expose a softer, regretful side of Bill, contrasting sharply with his usual bravado, and promptly to offer a stern warning about the consequences of neglecting family ties. The confession might also reignite old tensions between Bill and other characters who hold him accountable for Luna's actions, creating a storm of blame that threatens to engulf the Spencer dynasty. Finally, we come to Poppy Nozawa, whose growing alarm over her daughter Luna's mental state leads to a desperate confession to Finn and Lee during a tense hospital visit. After troubling conversations with Sheila Sharp and a direct encounter with Luna that leaves her shaken, Poppy can no longer deny the reality: her daughter is spiraling out of control, posing a genuine threat to Steffy's safety. In a moment of raw honesty, Poppy admits to Finn and Lee that she's failed to rein in Luna's destructive tendencies, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and shame as she recounts warning signs she ignored over the years. To deepen this narrative, let's envision Poppy disclosing a secret from Luna's adolescence, a traumatic event that may have triggered her instability, something Poppy buried out of guilt. This revelation not only heightens Finn and Lee's concern for Steffy but also casts Poppy in a tragic light as a mother torn between love and the horrifying realization that her child might be beyond saving. The confession could spur Finn into protective overdrive, potentially leading to a risky plan to confront Luna before it's too late, while Lee grapples with how to support both her son and a family on the brink of collapse. These four confessions, Luna's grudge-fueled admission to Remy, Liam's struggle to share his terminal diagnosis, Bill's regret over mishandling Luna's situation, and Poppy's terrifying realization about her daughter's unraveling, promise to turn the bold and the beautiful into a battleground of emotions and secrets. Each revelation carries the weight of personal turmoil and the potential to ignite conflicts that reshape alliances and rivalries alike. Will Luna's venting to Remy push her closer to an irreversible act against Steffy? Can Liam find the strength to confess his illness before tragedy strikes? Will Bill's honesty with Lee mend old wounds or create new ones? And can Poppy's warning save Steffy from danger, or is it already too late? Next, we will learn about the chilling developments brewing in The Bold and the Beautiful, where Luna Nozawa's dangerous descent into madness and the ominous return of Remy Price are set to ignite a firestorm of chaos targeting Steffy Forrester. Soap fans, brace yourselves for a deep dive into a storyline dripping with obsession, betrayal, and deadly intentions as we explore Luna's unhinged quest for her father Finn's acceptance and how Remy's reappearance could escalate her murderous plans to terrifying new heights. With fresh twists, expanded details, and imaginative elements woven into every paragraph, we'll uncover the dark motivations, fractured relationships, and explosive potential of this deadly duo's reunion. Let's dissect the madness and mayhem awaiting us in the glamorous yet treacherous world of Los Angeles's elite families. First, let's focus on Luna Nozawa, whose fragile psyche has shattered under the weight of rejection, driving her to the brink of committing an unthinkable crime against Steffy Forrester. Luna's desperation to forge a bond with her father, Finn, has morphed into a deranged fantasy where eliminating Steffy, her perceived obstacle, will magically pave the way for familial harmony. Recently, viewers witnessed Luna's heart-wrenching plea in Malibu, where she poured out her longing to be part of Finn's life, only to be met with Steffy's unwavering resolve to keep her at bay. Finn, still reeling from Luna's past actions against Steffy, delivered the final blow by declaring that she would never be welcome in his world, a rejection that cut deeper than any knife. As Luna trudged back to her lonely apartment, her tears of sorrow morphed into a seething fury, her mind twisting the narrative to cast Steffy as the villain who must be eradicated. Adding a haunting new detail, picture Luna clutching a childhood memento, a small, tattered photo of Finn from before she knew he was her father, whispering promises of vengeance as she plots to free him from Steffy's influence. This obsession reveals a woman not just broken, but dangerously delusional, convinced that murder is her path to love. Now, let's turn to the weapon in Luna's hands, a literal gun that transforms her rage into a tangible threat, amplifying the stakes to a deadly level. Her acquisition of the firearm marks a turning point, a physical manifestation of the violent turn her thoughts have taken after Finn's rejection. In her warped logic, Steffy's removal isn't just a solution. It's a necessity for the fairy tale ending she envisions with her father. But Luna's isolation in this dark endeavor adds another layer of tragedy. She initially sought an ally in her grandmother, Sheila Carter, proposing a chilling partnership to take down Steffy. Imagine the scene in a dimly lit diner, Luna's eyes wild with desperation as she begs Sheila to join her in eliminating Finn's wife, only for Sheila to recoil in horror, sternly advising Luna to abandon her vendetta and flee town before it's too late. This rejection from even the notorious Sheila, someone no stranger to villainy, underscores Luna's profound loneliness. To enrich this narrative, let's envision Luna scrawling frantic notes in a journal, detailing her plans and justifying her actions as a sacrifice for family, a glimpse into a mind teetering on the edge of complete collapse. Enter Remy Price, a name that sends shivers down the spine of any longtime B&B fan, whose confirmed return to the canvas promises to pour gasoline on Luna's already raging inferno. Remy, a fellow outcast with a rap sheet as troubling as Luna's, first crossed paths with her at Bill Spencer's estate under peculiar circumstances, forging a connection born from shared outsider status. Known for his sinister past, including stalking Electra Forrester, disseminating damaging deepfake images, and issuing physical threats, Remy is a predator whose reappearance can only spell disaster. Rumors swirl that his return might be tied to unfinished business with the Forrester family, but his reunion with Luna could be the true catalyst for catastrophe. Picture a clandestine meeting in a shadowy alley, where Remy, with a smirk, recognizes the same brokenness in Luna that mirrors his own, offering subtle encouragement for her schemes without fully grasping their lethal intent. Their shared history at Bill's house. Where Remy once did odd jobs like fixing an air conditioner under a false identity thanks to Sheila's recommendation, adds a bizarre twist of fate, suggesting a bond forged in deception that could now culminate in bloodshed. The synergy between Luna and Remy is a ticking time bomb, as their combined volatility threatens to wreak havoc on Steffy and beyond. Both have tasted the bitterness of incarceration and the allure of manipulating the wealthy elite, like Bill Spencer, whose sprawling mansion unwittingly became the backdrop for their initial alliance. While Remy's motives for returning remain murky, there's a strong possibility he sees Luna as a means to an end, perhaps a way to settle old scores with the Forresters by proxy. Adding an inventive spin, imagine Remy possessing a hidden recordings of conversations from Bill's estate, snippets that could expose vulnerabilities in the Forrester family, which he might dangle over Luna to coax her into a partnership. This dangerous duo's shared disdain for societal norms and penchant for chaos could lead to a meticulously planned ambush on Steffy, orchestrated with a chilling precision that neither could achieve alone. The thought of Luna, armed and fueled by rage, alongside Remy, cunning and remorseless, paints a grim picture of the peril awaiting Steffy in the coming episodes. What does this all mean for the bold and the beautiful as the tension mounts toward an inevitable clash? Luna's unhinged determination to eliminate Steffy, bolstered by Remy's sinister influence, sets the stage for a summer of suspense where no one is safe. Will Luna's delusions drive her to pull the trigger, forever altering Finn's life in ways she can't foresee? Could Remy's return introduce unforeseen complications, perhaps turning on Luna when her plans spiral out of control? And how will Steffy, caught in the crosshairs of this deadly obsession, navigate a threat that grows more insidious by the day? The answers lie in the dramatic twists ahead, and we're on the edge of our seats anticipating every heart-pounding moment. Share your theories in the comments below. Do you think Luna and Remy will succeed in their dark ambitions, or will someone intervene just in time?